would like a, would like a few housekeeping tips. Would like everyone to keep their microphones muted, and you can drop your questions in the chat box at any time. So, without doing much, we are starting our session. So, I'll introduce our first speaker and my co-host to do so for the subsequent speakers. So, our first speaker is Dr. Mawunyo. He is a pharmacist and an entrepreneur with a PharmD from KUST, where he was deemed the best entrepreneur of the pharmacy class of 2024. While in school, he was part of the founding team for Capmont, leading HR, marketing, and finance, and later managed a marketing arm for the Kumasi branch of Two Capsules Online Pharmacy. He served as Chief Marketing Officer at Metis Educational Consult, team lead for Sino Labs, and editor-in-chief of Campus Hype Crew. He is also a JLMCF scholar at Queen's University, Canada, where he studied entrepreneurship. Currently, he works as a pharmacist at Class and Meditab Pharmacy. He serves on the board of Satis Medica and actively developing new startups focusing on health tech and the gig economy. Can we please welcome Dr. Mawunyo. Doctor, please.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. Am I clear enough? Am I very audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, please. We can hear you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I had to cover a shift for somebody, so I'm still currently at work, right? So maybe there may be some feedback, but I'll try and be very audible and clear enough. All right.
Okay. Okay, please.
Yeah. I hope there's no noise at the background as of now.
There's a bit of noise. I can hear you, so you can go on.
Okay, sure. Okay, that's okay. So, first of all, I want to say that I'm really excited to be actually here today. Being invited to speak on a theme like your next step from campus to career, business or further studies, right? It's a big honor and I see it as a real responsibility, right? Because I know for most of you here, this is not just a topic for you, but it's something that is like really personal, right? I know so many people are asking themselves, what am I going to do this after school? What's going to happen to me? And it's a pressing question, right? So I'm actually excited to be here today, and I'm glad you've taken the time to actually join the session. All right. Yeah. So the moment you finish school, right, that's like just one section of your life just being over, all right? And a new chapter is starting for you. So some of you have the interest of maybe entering the workforce. Some of you want to start some business on your own. And maybe some of you are still figuring things out, right? Wherever you fall, all I want to say is that you don't have to have everything figured out, right? But you have to take some step. You have to take a particular step. So that's what I'm going to try to do today, all right? So I would like to start this conversation by saying that whatever decision you make next after school, whatever step you take after school, is entirely up to you. It's not up to your parents, it's not up to your lecturers, it's not up to your society. Everything is totally up to you. Like whatever you're going to take, whatever decision you're going to make, put it at the back of your mind that it's totally your responsibility, right? For those of you who like Marvel movies, right? If you've watched Spider-Man before, Uncle Ben, right, told Peter Parker that, for those of you who know what I'm saying, but I'll still make my point anyways. So Uncle Ben told Peter Parker that with great power comes great responsibility, right? But if you look at it the other way around, with great responsibility comes great power. What I'm saying is that you need to like push yourself, blame yourself, hold yourself accountable for literally everything that you're going to make, because that gives you power. That makes you feel like you are in control of your life. That makes you feel like you are steering things, right? So that's one thing I want you to have at the back of your mind. All right. Are we following? Can I get some reactions or something like that?
Yes, please. Yes,
Okay,
please. We are
good,
perfect.
good. So, in school, right, your path is very structured. You have syllabus, you have a syllabus, you have deadlines, you have grades to tell you how you're doing. But in the real world, you don't have any timetable. And for those of you in KUST, you don't have the aim up to check your grades. There's no final exams. There's really nothing to give you any form of assessment or check, right? The rules have changed. Okay. So the first thing I always tell people, and which I did myself, was that you need to clear that student thing out of your mind. You are no longer a student, you have to accept that, right? Because as a student, you have to like absorb knowledge. But in the real world, what counts is not how much you know per se, it's how well you can apply what you know, it's how well you can solve problems, it's how well you can create some sort of value. Because like that's what the real world is looking for, right? So that's something that you should really be focused on. All right. So I've been tasked today to focus on the career and then the business part of the theme. I'm sure somebody else is going to handle the further studies parts, right? So looking at the career and then business side of things, let me pick the career first. Okay. I know a lot of you, everybody is telling you to be an entrepreneur, start your own business. Frankly speaking, not everybody can do the business. All right. Not everybody can be an entrepreneur. And the 9 to 5s, their career paths are also like really good. Like they are very, very, very good places. I know a lot of people with like very good 9 to 5s, right? Even me, that's let me say I am working on my startups and businesses. I still have a 9 to 5 that I am actually using to fund whatever I am working on now. And I'm actually having a good time, right? So when you have the right job, right? The right job, I always say, is a platform, right? It's a place to like build your skills, to gain some form of exposure, to grow your network and learn from like people. All right. You get to like work in systems that teach you how like organizations run. You get to learn from leaders. You get to see how problems are solved. All right. I mean, it's like it gives you really good exposure. All right. Using myself as an example, two startups I'm working on right now, everything being in the pharmacy space, right? Everybody who is on board as a pharmacist on my business are people that I have actually just worked with. All right. So I have leveraged my networks in the workplace to help me as far as my side businesses are concerned, right? And if you're in a career, if you're in a workplace, right? If you do a very good job, and let's say your friend knows about somebody who is looking for somebody who has your skill, definitely they are going to recommend you. They are going to push you because of how excellent you are in that particular job. So careers are very good. Some careers even have like so many benefits, right? People pay your SNEED, people pay your health insurance, benefits, flight. Like it depends on the company, anyways. Not every company is promising anything like that, but wherever you are, I mean, there are some benefits as far as the 9 to 5s are concerned. All right. So for starting, I always tell people that have that growth thing in mind, have that networking in mind, see the workplace as a form of leverage. All right. Don't just think about the salary in isolation. Okay. Don't just ask how much they'll pay you. Like ask yourself who I'm going to become while I'm here. All right. So that's the mindset I want you to attack your career journeys with. Okay. And when it comes to the business part and then the whole issue on entrepreneurship, what I always say is that yeah, it's a good thing for those who want to build, who want to solve problems, and who want to like innovate. All right. But business and entrepreneurship, especially in Ghana, it's difficult. It's a battlefield. Like it's really tough. You need to have a tough skin. You need to have some deep-rooted resilience, right? Because it's very difficult here. I know for those of you who are interested in the startup and entrepreneurship space, you see a lot of white people. Today, somebody has gotten some funds, somebody has won some grants. Charlie, it's not rosy like that. The entrepreneurship thing is about like solving real world problems consistently, right? It's long hours, It's risky. You are going to have so many rejections, but the reward for that is freedom. The reward for that is ownership, right? A deep satisfaction of you trying to create something very, very meaningful. All right. So it's another shot that you can actually take. But like, I just want to give you that heads up that it's not really easy. It's not rosy, but it's very possible. It's very doable. Very, very, very possible, right? And you don't have to start with like any big idea. You just have to like start with a very simple solution, test it out there, put it out there, and get feedback, do some changes, grow it, and then just keep on moving, right? It's all about consistency and then pivoting if the need be. All right. So that's a general thing I want to talk about as far as the career and then the business path is concerned. So looking at these two paths, I want to mention some four, I call them the four transition toolkits, right? Things that have helped me personally, things that I've seen that have helped other people, and I'm very confident and I'm very very assertive on that. If you should apply any of this, it should work for you as well. All right. Yeah. So I want to list some four transition toolkits. I would elaborate on them as I go. Are we ready? Can I get some reaction, some emojis or something like that? Okay, good. Yeah. So if you are choosing a career or a business, right, you are going to need some tools for this journey. Okay. So the first one is that you need to build a personal brand. Okay. The first one is that you need to build a personal brand. The second one is that you need to master a high value skill. All right. The third one is that you need to surround yourself with the right people. And the last one is that you need to start something on the side. Okay. Let me take them again. You need to, first of all, try and build your personal brand. All right. 2, you need to try and master a high value skill. 3, you need to surround yourself with the right people. And then 4, you need to start something on the side. All right. So let me just touch on each of them briefly. So for me, the way I define a personal brand is your reputation, right? It's your integrity, both offline and then online. All right. It's how people see you. It's what your friends say about you. Like, it's very important. All right. And this comes about in your daily living, how you treat your friends, how you treat people, how you react, how you solve problems, right? So you need to like really, really try and build a very solid reputation. Okay. You can think of it like, if they search your name on Google, what do you want people to see? All right. So for this part, I really advise like you try and build some sort of online presence, especially on LinkedIn. All right. Try and build in public. If you are learning something, if you are building something, post it on social media. We are in a world where people think that when you are sharing your stuff, you are a braggart, you are blowing your own horns. Please blow your own horns, right? Because they are not the ones that are going to give you the opportunity. Like, be loud about what you're learning, be loud about what you're doing, put yourself out there. Like, it's very, very, very important. I'm telling you, I have gotten so many benefits out of it. I don't even know where to start from, right? Be brag online. Like, I am putting it in quotes, like, not like literally go and brag, but like just put yourself out there. You can't be in Ghana and want to do something big and be an extrovert and be an introvert. The introvert are for DBs. Like, I mean, if you are starting from ground up, if you are trying to put yourself out there, you can't tell me you are introverted. You need to build in public. You need to put yourself out there. So that's on the personal brand. Yeah. About the high value skills, this is a bit subjective, all right? But I define high value skills as learning how to communicate, right? Learning how to sell, learning how to think critically, like learning how to lead with confidence, right? These are some of the things that actually like really help. All right. Most of you, I believe this is Medilab science. I don't know if we have other people on the call, but if I'm assuming that everybody is like a Medilab scientist here or an emerging or a budding Medilab scientist or in the health space, you have like, let me say, most of you may not have any other skill, right? But you need to like really master certain skills, because trust me, in the real world, your best grades may not necessarily really help you, because people are just looking for who can get the job done. All right, so like you really need to like upskill if you can. All right, and the third one is your network, right? Surround yourself with the right people. Your circle does a lot for you. Your circle will push you forward, it will pull you back, right? If you're not in the, if you don't find yourself in the right space, right, that who you know who knows you then, that's how it is. Like if I have a job opportunity right now or something, I'm going to text somebody I know in my contacts and in my network, right? So you need to really surround yourself with like positive people who are like really ambitious and who equally want to get things done, right? Because that community, that sense of togetherness really like pushes you so well, all right? And no matter what you're doing, I always advise you to like to start something on the side, start some business, start something to give you some kind of extra income, all right? Your 9 to 5 may be good, but like something on the side doesn't necessarily have to like pay you cash, but like it gives you a skill. It makes you more valuable. It makes you a better person in case you may even apply for a better role somewhere because of that extra thing you're doing on the side. It makes you different from any other person who is also applying with the same qualification as you are. So I always advise people to always do something on the side, irrespective of where they find themselves. All right. So these are my final thoughts. Let me just leave you with my final thoughts. I think I've taken so much of the time. Most of you will still feel very unsure. Like you don't really know what exactly you want to do. You're asking yourself if you are making the wrong decision. I want to let you know that we've all been there. You're not supposed to have it all figured out. Every successful person that I know, that the world knows, I mean, they all didn't know what they were doing. They just started, right? There's a popular speech by Mark Zuckerberg on that. So you could look it up, right? So like, take that leap, take that faith, take that job, launch that idea. All right, just take the step. Just try something. Clarity always comes from taking action, not from overthinking what you're actually doing. So always try and take some action, and don't be there and be overthinking whatever you're doing. You need to take some steps to actually know if it's going to work or not. All right. Once again, every big name you admire, every successful person, they've been in your position now, out of school, you're uncertain, you are nervous, you're full of dreams. I mean, what made them difference was that they just took a step, they took the next step, right? And so can you. So start before you're ready, speak before you're confident, and build before you are certain. Just try something, all right? Try something. Very, very important. Start, and I think you will do great. Thank you very much. And then whatever next step you take may lead to something very, very, very remarkable. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Dr. Mawunyo, for the insightful presentation. I'm sure we've all learned valuable lessons from this presentation. There will be time for questions after the session, after everyone is done speaking. But Dr. Samuel, please, are you with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay. Thank you very much. So please, my co-host to introduce Dr. Samuel.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Next, we have Dr. Samuel Adjah, a business intelligence analyst, startup consultant, and a visionary entrepreneur passionate about using innovation to create value, especially in healthcare and transportation. He is the co-founder of SoftRx Labs, developing AI-powered pharmacy supply chain solutions, and host of the Next Gen podcast, inspiring young business leaders to think bigger and build sustainable ventures. He will be speaking on coming from campus to business or career, guiding us on how to identify opportunities and build something meaningful from scratch. Let's warmly welcome Dr. Samuel Adjah. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to come here once again. It's always an honor to whenever I get a platform to talk about anything entrepreneurship and innovation. I think my good brother Dr. Mawunyo did much justice to the career aspect, and he also touched a bit about business. But I would want to double down on the business side. I'll talk about entrepreneurship. I'll talk about innovation, and I'll talk about thriving in this new era as an entrepreneur in Ghana. Indeed, many of you say that the economy is bad, and indeed, it actually is bad. And there is a statistic that anytime anyone does a business in Ghana, by the third year, it doesn't really last. And I want to say that yes, it's true, but I mean, there are some people who have started business right here in Ghana. They didn't go outside. They didn't have no investor. I know a couple of friends, and me myself. I mean, I'm a living example of somebody who has started right from this land, and I've been able to do something awesome, pretty awesome for myself. So I want to share one or two things that work for me to be successful in the entrepreneurship journey. I must say that I started entrepreneurship way back somewhere around 2018 when I finished from SHS. And I mean, my life before that, it was all about books, books, books. It was I wanted to become a neurosurgeon. I was a prosec boy, so like we are always in the Brella room. We are studying. About 2 weeks, nobody sees us at our house. I was in the house for back then. Like when I wake up, like 4 a.m. and I come. By the time I come back, it's like in the night around 12 midnight around 1 a.m. So about 2 weeks, 4 weeks, people didn't see me. My life was all about books. But I mean, finishing school, the books I read, the conferences I went, just like this, I mean, online conference that we are, it's shaping my mind and broaden my view about life, about how the real millionaires make it. I realized that yes, indeed, like building your academic prowess and all that is good, but the people who really control the world is people who provide real value, people who have businesses that solves problem. And an ambitious me, I mean, I always want to take the route of where I would get the most impact or where I would get the most for my life. And so I decided to go into business. I decided to understand all what it takes to see a problem, take a problem, and convert that problem to a solution. I mean, I'm always being motivated by my own presiding elder, Zoom Lion. Anytime he shares his story, he's a billionaire that I mean in Ghana that he has really done well. I mean, looking at his story about how he realized that there was a waste problem and how he converted waste to money. I mean, he's been on Forbes flyer, billboards, and all that. And so, I mean, people like that, anytime I go to church, I listen at his feet. He talks about meeting ministers and all that. Although he having meetings with president outside. Anytime I listen to that, it it injects a different kind of like, I mean, spirit of excellence in me. So I mean, it wasn't easy. I started 2018. I remember way back that time, it wasn't the software and AI things that I'm doing now. I started small as somebody who installed Windows, I mean, software for people because I realized that anytime we come way back, we come like freshers come, the laptop is almost empty. Understand? And some people might come with laptop. I realize some people come with laptop and their Windows that time was Windows 7. Sometimes they will need updated Windows. I realized that like people lack software, especially the engineering guys, AutoCAD, Arima, SSPS, like a whole range of software. And also with games, I realized that people would want to make their laptop everything. Like they want to have an all experience. They want to have their software. They want to have their games. They want to have movies there, right? So I decided. So Samsung, it was, I called it Samsung IT. Back then, too, I was listening to Bill Gates, right? My mind was opening about business. And I mean, Samsung was from Microsoft, like see micro and soft. So because I was dealing in software and my name was Sam, I decided to like pick the name Samsung. So I started. I mean, I wanted it to be big. Back then, I thought big, even though it was small in my mind. I was seeing myself going big, doing things for software in about 5 years' time, and truly, I'm actually doing things which are pretty cool. So long and short, I took the mic. I started. I was like, if I say Sam, you say soft. So when I said Sam in front of the class, that time like we had come new and people were like, who is this guy? Who is this guy who is in front? I mean, like you come new, is he confused? It's so weird and all that. So when I said Sam, and I told him say soft, nobody minded me. So I was like, Sam, soft. Then the whole place was quiet. So I did that for about 3 times. So every day I did that. So by fourth day they were like, nah, this guy, unless we support him, he's not going to stop. So that's where it began. So they it started. I went around with a notebook. So if I write your name, whatever you need, if you need a software, a movie, or like a new Windows update, I write it by your name then, and I'll take your contact. So I went round. So it took me like 4 weeks to go around. And by the time the fourth week, I was ready. I was able to get a flyer, and I mean, we started sharing. I mean, the class was helpful. They doubted, but because of my persistence, I'll talk about it. Because of the persistence and resilience, they started sharing, and I realized that it went wide. I mean, I remember I got a gig from Legon to do Windows installation and all that for them. I didn't know that my things was that big. So the light bulb moment hit when I got my first pay, right? That was like when I went to in front of a class about 2 weeks time. Yeah, then somebody like texted me, was like the person had some troubleshooting. That time my roommate was also very good with like the Windows part. And I was a brain and the whole idea behind everything. Understand? So when he came, we fixed it for him and he paid the first money, like the first revenue. Like it was like it was sweet. I mean, it was unimaginable. I was like, wow, I've been able to use my persistence, my ideas, my creativity. I've been able to convert like everything in my environment to money. And it was a light bulb moment. I was like, wow, that is how sweet it is. And I felt like I felt valuable in a way. I mean, it was just small, and I was even the pay that I was getting from my parents was so much more than the 50 Ghana at that time. But like me doing it myself, me earning the money myself, it sparked up a different fire in me, and it was so sweet. So fast forward, I mean, I also saw the matriculation opportunity. So I started. So I realized the problem, matriculation opportunity. I built a brand around it, flyers. I got flyers. That time I couldn't do the pictures. So I got someone who could do the pictures, and boom, boom, boom. I started my matriculation because of my brand. I started getting orders, and I let the photographer do it. Later on, I learned it myself. I learned the photography myself, and I started getting all the money. The same way with logistics. That time I didn't have my trucks. I did a fly. I created an identity about it. I started getting orders, and I gave it to people who could. But then my brother had a truck, so like when I realized that orders kept coming in and was big, then I routed it to my brother's truck, maintained it. Then it went to my uncle's trailer, on and on and on and on and on. So right now I'm really doing AI in procurement, right? So I must say that indeed, the entrepreneurship journey, it is, as my brother Mawunyo said, it is not easy at all. Sometimes, I mean, 9 to 5 will be cool for you. Entrepreneurship is for people who can actually do things, who have there's a term called high agency. You understand? It's like you are able to take initiatives on your own and you're able to bear the risks of things for a long period of time, right? So if you know that you can't do that, in your best route is 9 to 5, and I mean there are some cool 9 to 5 gigs that pay a lot, so you could go there. But if you really want to be at the top, if you really want to make the millions and all that, you really want to take the risks, then entrepreneurship is here for you. And I mean, when you follow the things that I follow, they are good, or you are bound to see the success that I see. So first of all, so aside the money, I mean, I've learned a lot. Like my 6 years entrepreneurship journey, whilst I was in school. Pharmacy, I started pharmacy in 2018 and I finished in 6 years' time. I mean, I learned a lot. Entrepreneurship taught me, because of entrepreneurship, I enhanced my public speaking skills. Because of entrepreneurship, I got skills. I learned how to take pictures. I learned a bit about graphic design. I learned a bit about taking videos. I learned a bit about editing videos. I learned a bit about computers. I learned a bit about troubleshooting. I learned a bit about how logistics work. I learned a bit about maintaining engines. I learned a bit about optimizing, I mean, routes with AI. I learned so much. If I had not done entrepreneurship, I might be on my books 24/7, but doing the side business aside the money that I was getting, it helped me do or learn so much. And aside the skills that I learned, I met a lot of people. Right, notable among them is there's a guy. I don't know whether you guys were vigilant or observant during the presidency time. He was going for independent candidate, Dr. Sam Anka. It was doing entrepreneurship. That time, I my business was so notable that I went into an award show, and after the award show, he was a keynote speaker, and he contacted me, and we talked, and we exchanged contacts. I mean, he has helped my business in so much ways. I mean, going to his house, Lamborghini. I'm not lying. There's a video there. He has a Lamborghini. He has a Martin. There was a 4x4, and in the video, I was giving him a citation because of how he had helped me. And I mean, without entrepreneurship, I'll not get access to go to his house at the church. I wouldn't have gotten access. This entrepreneurship has made me meet big men, because, like, when you are going to meet them, like, you can't go, hey, hi, hello, and the whole combo will be that. Nah, you have to come with value, right? You have to solve a problem. You have to, like, do something that will take you that at that side, right? And even with photography alone as a skill, right? Aside the money I was getting for matriculation and graduation, it made me get a lot of big contacts. For example, the program 2022, I went to Holiday Inn, and that program, there's this popular forest guy that went there, Albert Kusi went there, the head of Stomach Back went there, and there's this young guy who is up and coming in LinkedIn, who is called Park Kusi Forsen, who went there. But then I went there as a photographer for Albert Kusi. And what I did is that, like, any events that I go, the big people sit at the front there. When I take the picture, I'll be like, oh, I have your picture, and I'll edit it nice. If you want to frame, sure. But if you want to send, you could just give me your contact, then I would send it to you. And almost always it is value. I mean, they want to have pictures where, like, they are with a mic and there are so many people. There's a whole crowd that they are talking to. So always I was getting such pictures, they with a mic, with a crowd and all that. And almost always I was getting their contact. I started getting their contact and sending the pictures. Then I'll start with the rapport. Understand, this is this, and I'll never ask them that I need money or I need funding or something. I'll rather think, aside giving them the picture, I'll think about how to add value to whatever they are doing, to the business that they are doing. I'll go to Google. Right now, there's AI here, right? So you can go search it out. I'll go to their LinkedIn and see their problems, their company, what they are solving, and what they need. I'm telling you, even if he is like a billionaire, he will need something. He will need his next gig. He will need maybe a website update. He will need, let's say, you heard his company in the news, a bad customer review. You tell him that, oh, you heard this and this about this customer, which is nice, and you really wish this could be changed or something. It is not like a big $1 million contract to him, but it is still of value to him, and he will cherish you such that, like, as the rapport keeps building, then he would, like, lead you to a bigger access. I mean, so many people where I am right now, so many big men have pushed me here, right? So you really can't do it on your own in the entrepreneurship route. You need to find ways and means or strategies of going to the next level. And my first travel going outside the country to was through entrepreneurship. So I want to say that entrepreneurship is, even though the starting is hard. I mean, I've missed classes at a point. My grades were bad. I mean, my parents, I had so much issues with my parents. I got, there was time that I lost. There was this time, this time that at once, I don't know whether it was a spiritual attack or something. Like, at once, my expensive camera, I went for a program. My expensive camera, it got missing. My camera equipment, it was finished, and also the logistics to, like, there was an engine problem. I had to solve this. Some of these items got mixed. I was doing storage and transport. Some of these items got mixed with storage and transport. I had to sort it out. Like, that short period, almost like I lost about almost 80K, and it's serious. I was like, man, I was going crazy. You understand? But then I didn't stop. I knew what I wanted. Aside the bad side, I knew that the good side was always more than, or was always enough to overshadow all the bad experiences that I faced through. I want to say that this is a time where entrepreneurship is ripe. This is the AI time. It's a time that, I mean, it's so easy to do entrepreneurship, because right now with AI, you no need to hire a graphic designer, you no need to hire a videographer to push your brand. With AI, I mean, it is just so simple. Just think of an idea. Once you have an idea, then there are AI tools that can do whatever you want to do with respect to your business. Then just go ahead with it, right? AI, even though AI, there's a report by McKinsey that about 2030 up to 80 million jobs will be displaced. I want to say that the jobs themselves are not vanishing, right? But it's the nature of the jobs that are changing. So, for example, if you have a marketing agency right now, and there are lots of gigs that come to your side that affecting your agency, it is you needed 12 people. Right now, you yourself, or you could have just one assistant, such that your whole team will be two. You can take as many gigs as possible, and you don't need to hire a whole lot of people. You yourself can do it. The same way for, let's say, a company, a software company. If they needed 10 devs right now, only one dev or two devs could do it. So the rest of the 8 devs will be displaced, but then the jobs will still be there. So the 8 devs that are displaced, what is right now, they can't also think about career, because I mean the career, they are limiting or they are reducing the size of the employees. So now they will have to also have that self agency to also create something on their own. So they themselves, software developers, they can use AI to generate a software flyer. They can use AI to profile all what they've done. They can use AI to vibe code a simple landing page. They can use AI to look at the potential people who might need them. They can use AI to sieve through X, to sieve through LinkedIn, and see the potential clients that they can get. And they can use AI to send or to create pitches for people who might likely invest in them. So those 8 people that were displaced, okay, now AI is empowering the entrepreneurship in them. You understand? So this is the time where you need to embrace the changes that we are in, and starting a business will be so essential, because if you don't have the ability to start a business, a time will come your company will need less people, and I'm sure some of you are feeling it right now. All right, so it is best you start now. And about starting, I want to advise us to start where you are. See, right now that I mean, you see videos of some sort of logistics, me having trailers transporting so much items, and it is cost intensive. Or me doing something AI, right, with the pharmacy procurements and all that. It is quite advanced, but I didn't start then. You see, the whole skill of identifying a problem, solving a problem, gathering a team, and managing a team to solve that problem started way back 2018. So each small thing that I was doing, I was building my skill. So you could start where you are, right? There's a saying by Theodore Roosevelt that says that do what you can with what you have where you are. Right now, so many people think that starting entrepreneurship, you need so much money, you need to raise funds before you start or something, but you don't need funds. For example, if you want to go into fish, right? You love fish, you love catfish, and you want to go into catfishing, you don't even need to have any logistics or have any capital getting the catfish, rearing the catfish, or something, or even having a shop in the evening with a catfish that you spice and all that. You don't even need to do that. You just need to do a flyer, create a brand, and somebody who already is doing catfish, you partner with him and you just do videos of the catfish and come and put it on your WhatsApp every day. Create content about catfish, how catfish can help diets and all that. So now people will associate you with catfish. So whenever they need catfish, they will send the order to you. Then you can go to your friend who does a catfish, like physically, who handles all the logistics of the catfish and all that. Maybe he might sell it 17. Now you will sell it, you will put 20 CDs or 30 CDs on it. You understand? So now you're in business. Now orders will come, orders will come. So when the orders start getting bigger and you're starting to get some much more money, then you go to the next step of actually doing the logistics part itself. Because now, if somebody comes and you buy from there, your friend will get so much more of the money in the value chain. Now, as you've created identities for yourself, now you will go and do the thing physically itself. You understand? If it is, let's say, shoes or something that you just create a flyer on it, somebody gives the order and go and buy from somebody and add something on top. Now you go and do that. You enter the logistics of the thing yourself, and as you enter the logistics yourself, it works, it works, it works, it works. Then you go the next step of raising funds, because right now it's like anybody starts. It's difficult to raise funds. It's difficult to raise funds. It's difficult to raise funds. Or some sort. Tell me, how do you raise funds? How do you raise funds for your logistics? How do you raise funds and all that? But trust me, investors are not. Excuse me to say, are not naive, or they are not gullible, or they are not stupid or something, right? They check your analytics. Nobody will want to invest in something which is an idea. See, here is not America. Even in America, the people that they invest in an idea, you realize that somebody will raise. There's a girl called Murati, right? She's open here. She has a startup called Thinking Machine. She has raised over $2 billion. The last time I checked, right now it might be 10. But the last time I checked, she raised over $2 billion and she had no product. But even then, the people who outside they invest in the early stage, they check the people who they invest, their background. Miriam Murati was part of OpenAI's board and all that. So she has skill already, you understand? She has her own thing that she has done. So if you see people raising early stage, they've done things for years that the investors trust them so much that they don't even need to see their product. They'll just invest in the person. All right, now, like somebody will be like, I want to go into farming, I want to do plantain, and I need like 50,000 Ghana cedis. Come and invest. And meanwhile, you check the person has no the person has no experience whatsoever. It's just an idea. The person was just bartending. It's just an idea that popped up in the person's head. When you do that, it will be difficult for you to get the funding that you need. You understand? So you have to start small. Always build a digital identity first. When you build a digital identity, then you go do the real thing. Then you can raise funds. I want to wrap up with the things that you need as you want to succeed in entrepreneurship. One, you need creativity. Okay, so with creativity, what I want to say about it is that, like, you just have to surround yourself with things which would stimulate your creativity. For me, like this, I play my guitar. I'm a photographer, as I said, and I also love painting art. So I find out that when I surround myself with that and reading books of creative people, it instills a business creativity in me. And my brother Coca talked about community or digital presence. Okay, your community will be needed. All my market, I also do business intelligence or market intelligence. All my gigs that come mostly from the diaspora, and most of my clients, I don't know them. It's people in my social circle that I built relationships with them like 2-3 years ago that bring them to me. You understand? So that is the essence of community. You need emotional intelligence, which is the resilience, self-awareness. And to conclude, I want to say that you've got to dream boldly. You have to start small. You have to leverage technology like AI, and you have to creatively keep on learning. The best way to predict your future is to actually create it. You understand? Ghana, Africa, and we, the world at large, we are waiting for your idea. So you have to look for more opportunities. You have to create opportunities as well. You don't have to just adapt to the future, but be the one to actually invent it. Thank you so much for your audience and attention.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Samuel. Uh, After this presentation, I'm sure everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. Sounding very, very exciting. Sounds very, very exciting. Okay. We are moving on to the next segment. We had Dr. Mawunyo talking about the career aspects. Then we had Dr. Samuel giving us an insight, a masterclass about the entrepreneurship aspect, the ups and the downs, what we can do, creativity, brand building, emotional intelligence. Now let's move on to the next aspect, further studies. Further studies. We all know, or some of us have aspirations of studying abroad after we are done with our 4 years. So I'll introduce our third speaker. So our third speaker, we have Mr. Alfred Ifa. He's currently a PhD student at the University of Kansas Medical Center studying cancer immunology. He was vice president for Melsa KNST 2020-2021. He was also a research or teaching assistant for the Department of Molecular Medicine for 2022 to 2025. He will be sharing on pursuing further studies, local and abroad, and focusing on the practical guidance on program selection, scholarships, and how to balance work and study. Mr. Alfred, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Permit me to share my screen. I made some small PowerPoint.
Okay, please, you can do that.
And let me know if you are seeing it at your end.
Okay, we can see it. You can see it here. You can see it here.
Okay, that's great. So, like he mentioned, I'll be talking about graduate school application, the processes and what you need to know. I'll start by saying that build the right connection. Talk to people who share the same aspiration, who also want to further their studies after the bachelor's degree. Okay, I'm seeing something here. Is it okay now?
Yes, please. We can see you and the presentation.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So build the right connection. So when I was in second year, I think that was when I met Eben Senu. He's also one of the speakers. I think he's after me. And then Stephen Opoku. And these are guys who were interested in data analysis and also statistics. So I joined them, I talked to them. In fact, I learned a lot of things from them. I was able to use our programming. I did SPSS. I can analyze data, which earned me a lot of publications. Okay. And these were the things that I used for my graduate school application. So build the right connection whilst you are in school now. Talk to people who are already there, those who are aspiring to be there, and then know the right things to do. So when we say graduate school, it talks about advanced academic training. That is after the bachelor's degree. So it can be master's, it can be PhD, it can be postdoctoral program. And why do we do this? Why do we have to further our studies? Now, when you want to deepen your scientific expertise, okay, you want to focus on one area, you want to be a master of maybe cancer biology, immunology, infectious diseases, then you would have to further your education. Now, if you also want to contribute to research and the innovation, then there's the need for you to embark on this journey so that you can conduct what we call independent research and then contribute to the body of science, okay? And then it also helps you to advance academically and also in industry. So a lot of people, not just hospitals or research centers or in academia, you can also be in industry. You can join Pfizer for vaccine development. In fact, a lot of opportunities, okay? And then you should know why you want to go before deciding where and what to study. Okay, so know why. The reason is very, very, very important. Why do you want to further your study? Because a lot of rejections will come. It is the reason, it is the why that keeps you going. So without the right why, in fact, you stop along the way. So I'll be sharing with you some of the rejections I faced and why I didn't give up, okay? And now I am where I am now. So your why should be the first thing that you should consider. What do you want? Why do you want to do it? And if that reason is strong enough, trust me, you'll get there. So focus on your skill set at the moment. So as a final year student, very soon you graduate, you'll be doing your NSS, which is I call it, a way to build your professional profile, connect to lecturers, talk to them, let them know who you are. Also learn new things as you are doing your service. if you want to go into data analysis, go online, search for courses that will help you to get such skills. There are also people around which can, who can teach you. Eben, sometimes he does organize training for biostatistics and all those things. So look for all these opportunities and then build yourself. Now, if you want to, you can also join the research centers like KCCR, join a lab, maybe on campus, a lab that does a lot of things like they use PCR, ELISA, and all those things. Build your skill set. Because I'll be talking about the documents that are required, and you see that you can't do away with these skills. If you don't have these qualifications, in fact, no one will even read your SOP or your application. Okay, so you have to build yourself during your NSS, and also you can start now. Final year, even though MedLab is a lot, but try and then learn. Because some of us we did it. We did MedLab. We still able to learn the statistics, do a lot of analysis for people. I can do someone's thesis. Even as I was a research assistant, I was doing PhD students, thesis and master students. I was writing their thesis for them. You understand? So it's good when you build yourself. And then you have to apply for best fit schools. Now, some of you might have heard of some schools like Harvard, Emory, Stanford, and all those things, and you feel like you need to be at the top. No, unless you are exceptional, okay, because day in and day out, a lot of people apply to these schools. So if people are going there, what are your chances of getting it? Okay, so look for schools, not in the US, there's nothing like a low school. In the US, there is nothing like a low school because it's research that they are all doing and they have quality facilities, good facilities to help you to achieve your overall aims and then goals. So look for schools. So they usually grade them as A, B, C, and then D. I would advise you to go for, let's say, the A. We have A plus, A, and then B. You can start with the A, B, and then C, and you get a lot of schools. Don't bother yourselves with the Harvards and the those top schools because the competition is very high. And then financial considerations. In fact, if you want to do application, prepare to save some money because you'll be paying for application fees. And I don't know if you guys have heard of WES evaluation. So they do convert your transcript, the Kwame Nkrumah transcript that you have, they convert it to the US standard. Okay. So all these things, it requires money. I remember somewhere in 2024 when I was doing the WES, I paid $250 for WES alone. And then after that, that's not it. You would have to also pay for application fees, and even for WES to submit or send official transcript to the school you are applying to, you also have to pay $45. So just imagine if you don't have money, you can't. And then you have to manage your time well. So usually most of the schools open in August. So 1st August to December, 2nd December. So you plan in such a way that you can build, get the required documents, get recommendation letters, plan well. Don't just wait for August to come before you call on people to help you or assist you. Start right. If you know you want to apply next year, start as soon as possible. Start early, start getting your documents, start talking to professors. Now, the self-development aspect, I would say that you should develop yourself, which is the most important thing, like I mentioned earlier on. So right now you can start now. It's never too late, okay, to start all over. So look for opportunities, online opportunities. If you don't know how to use softwares like SBS, MedLab will teach you SPSS. Yeah, so last year, I think last 2 years or so, Eben was the one teaching biostatistics. So take that course very serious and then do your personal learning, and also look for online courses that will help you to better understand it. You can learn how you can do bioinformatics because these things set you apart. You might say that you have first class. A lot of people these days, people do get first class. Okay, so it's nothing special. Now, what sets you apart is some of these skills. And then you can join a lab, like I mentioned, learn how to do PCR, LAMP, ELISA, and all those things. Now, attend workshops and also conferences. These are very, very, very key important things. And your project work, take them very seriously. Now, MedLab, one disadvantage is that sometimes you're not allowed to choose the supervisor you want to work with, and so it's difficult getting to do the a project that you want. But whatever you've been given, whatever project topic you've been doing, make sure you're doing the right thing. Follow it, understand the process. That is the key thing, because when you apply for schools and then you are lucky enough to be interviewed, you'll be talking about the project that you did. And you wouldn't want a situation whereby you'll be sounding as if someone did the work for you. No, demonstrate that you did the work, you own it, and you know how it was done. So these are the key things that you should know. If you are lucky enough to join a good professor, try as much as possible to help them in the work they are doing so that you get some publications. These are very, very, very important. You can't ignore them. So I went for one interview, I think at Cincinnati, and then as soon as I got there, the professor was like, you have a good records. We can see you have a lot of publications. And they invited me because of the publications that I have, not the first class, not all the other things, but the publications. So join professors, talk to them. Don't be afraid. Just walk to them. Oh, prof, is there any work you're doing? And that is when you also have a skill. When you have something to contribute, then they can add your name. You can't just walk to your professor and be like, I want you to add me to your papers. No, it's never done that way. So I can walk to Prof. Grace, I can walk to Prof. Sechi, Prof. Linda, and I'm like, oh, Prof, do you have any data? I can analyze, draft manuscript, and then we publish. And I'm the one submitting the paper. So no matter what, my name will be on it. You understand? So it's important for you to build yourself. And now start talking to the professors. Let them know you. Like when they come to class, let them know you, because if it's your dream to advance your studies, you will need them. You will need letter of recommendations from them. And so it is very, very important to start talking to them. Go to some of them for mentorship. Let them know you are ready to learn from them. They should teach you, they should advise you. And once they know that you are serious, they also remember you when they need or when the time comes. So what schools, what subjects do you like most? What are your skills, your goals, and then where do you want to live? So you consider all these things. If you want to be in the US, fine. A lot of opportunities are here. Most of the courses are fully funded, and so you do not want to, you don't have to worry about funding. If you want to be in the UK, fine. But what I know about the UK system is that you don't get straight PhD. I was lucky enough to get straight PhD in the US, and most of my colleagues also had straight PhD in the US, but UK is not the same. It's usually masters. You must have your masters before you can apply for a PhD in the UK. So if you want to go by that route, fine. But I said to myself, I don't have the money or I don't have time to do masters before I go and do PhD. I want to do it straight away. And so I applied to the US, and I wanted to be in the US. That's why I came here. You can try other schools in Australia. Canada as well. Canada, one disadvantage is many a times you might want to email a professor, and the professor would have to agree that yes, they want to work with you before you even apply to the school. So I also saw that US, I don't have to talk to anybody. Just come and then apply. If you qualify, you qualify. You don't need to talk to anybody. Okay. Unless you want to, which some people advise that, but I did not, talk to anybody. I just applied and then I had the schools. Okay. So these are some of the key things that you should consider. What are your goals? Like I mentioned, that is very, very important. Do you want to be in academia? Do you want to be in industry? Consider all these things. Do you have the spirit to do research? If you want to be in academia, then that reason should be greater. Like it should be what is keeping you on, what is keeping you awake when all your colleagues are asleep. Okay. So the why should be the greatest. Don't forget that. And then consult professionals who are working in the field you are considering. So some of us are here, like I said, Eben is here. We also have Steven. A lot of people are around. You can talk to them, then we can show you the way. You can't do it alone. You must also compile a list of the schools you want to you want to apply to. So I have an Excel. If time permits, I will show you the Excel. You make a list of all the schools, the costs, the funding options, whether you're supposed to give official transcript or so you keep track of everything you are doing. So I made a list. I have the supervisors I want to work with, I have their email contacts, the deadlines and everything. Okay, so it keeps you on track. It helps you to serve as a checklist so that you know if you are missing something out. And whether the school applying also requires maybe a standardized test or not, the checklist will help you to do so. So don't forget to create professional email addresses and then social media handles. LinkedIn, you can create LinkedIn and then sell yourself out there, okay? You go attend presentations, conferences, and then talk about it. Now, day in and day out, you see people, you receive notification on LinkedIn and people are sharing. I was happy, I attended this, I did that, and it's inspiring, okay? People, sometimes the admission committee, they can look for all these things. And I remember there were some of the schools who were asked to put our LinkedIn handles there. I'm sure they'll be checking. They'll be following your activities, the things you've been doing over the years. So try and then get them there. Also learn how to send emails. I remember I was guiding, those who just graduated, I was guiding them and I told them to send me an email with their proposal. And the kind of emails I received, some sent the emails without a subject. Some nobody, they just attach their proposal and then they send it to you. You can't do that when you want to work with a professor over here. Now, the professor is a busy person. They have a lot of things to attend to. So if you send an email without a subject, an email without a body, what are you trying to say? It just says that you are not serious. You are someone who is not serious, okay? And the social media can take it very serious because I remember after going for my visa interview, I was asked that I should include my Twitter handle, Instagram, Facebook, and I think LinkedIn also. Yeah. And these days, what they do is they check for your activities over the years, whether you talk against people, whether you are someone who support violence, they consider all these things. So also watch the things you post out there because they might ruin you or make you one day. And then enhance and update your CV with information such as internships, papers, if you have papers, and your certificate. We can talk about how to write your CV, the SOP, and all those things. But right now, I'm not sure time will permit us to do that. So, like I also mentioned, consult faculties as what recommenders. We can talk to Dr. Ivy, Dr. Ernest Adankwa, is it Askabuka? I don't know if you still call him Askabuka, Dr. Benedict. Yeah. So you can talk to all of them let them know that you'll be applying to schools. And so when the time comes, you'll be coming to them for recommendation. Let them know the number of schools that you'll be applying. Okay. Because not all of them will be willing to give you the recommendation. Some might say, oh, we can give you 2, then look for other lecturers. Okay. So talk to them, talk to your professors, maintain that cordial relationship so that you can always go back to them. What do you need? You need your transcript. The transcript can be official or unofficial, depending on the school. So some schools require official transcripts, others to unofficial. So when unofficial is when you upload it yourself to the portal. When you're applying to the school and then you upload it yourself, that is unofficial. Sometimes they will ask you that K University has to send it in your name. In that case, it becomes official. Some schools also require WES evaluation. That is, they want you to convert your transcript to the US standard, and you have to do it before 1st August because that's what you'll be using for the application, and it takes time, sometimes 1 month, sometimes 2, and so you would want to do it on time. You will need your CV. Like I mentioned, CV is very important. Make sure you get the right skills and then you put them on it. Write your personal statement or SOP, which is statement of purpose. It talks about your background, what you've been doing, the research you're working on, your interest, and the school you want to, the school, what do you know about their school? Talk about them, the professors you want to work with. Let them know. You indicate everything in your statement of purpose. Now you finalize your statement of purpose. Let people read it for you. Let them. They are very necessary. Now, mind you, you are not in their presence to make your case. It's your CV and your SOP that are talking on your behalf. Else, you'll be rejected. So mostly we apply online. You open their portal and then you apply, you check for requirements. If you meet all those requirements, it's fine. You can go ahead and then apply. Double check for errors. That's why I said let people read it, let people go through your documents before you submit them. Now, if your name is Alfred Ifa, first name is Alfred, last name is, let's say, Ifa, you must maintain it as it is. If your passport has maybe Ifa Alfred and the last name is Ifa, like it has to be the same way as you have in your on your passport, your birth cert and everything. You wouldn't want to make any changes to that. All right, and then so inside that is the most important thing I want to leave with you. Develop yourself. That's the most important thing. Get the skills so that you stand a chance of getting the right school. So make it happen. Okay. So once you get the right skills, once you get people to review your work for you, you will get there. So with efficiency and then careful planning, the right university will say to you, welcome to graduate school. You will be rejected, and this is something. And so this is where I'm going to show you what happened to me. Okay. And if my why was that low, then I wouldn't have been here because I would have given up long time. Because when I started at first, I think I applied to 18 schools. I had about 2 or 3 interviews and I got rejected. Then last year I decided to do only 10. And out of the 10, I think I had 5 interviews and I got, I think about, two offers. So you see how it can be. So you'll be rejected. So these are some of the things that you see. This is coming from University of Kentucky. So dear Alfred, thank you for considering the University of Kentucky for your graduate studies. After careful review, we regret. So mostly, as soon as I see we regret, I don't even bother myself to continue. And this is a school where I paid $105. Just imagine. And at that time, I think the dollar rate was around 16, but Fidelity Bank too was deducting, they were adding some charges. So it's like 17 CD, 70 pesos. So 17 CD, 70 pesos by $105. Just imagine. Cincinnati, after interview and everything, the same thing. We regret. I was like, wow. It didn't end there. Had a lot. Baylor College of Medicine, reject. Vermont, reject. Louisville, reject. Toledo, reject. Buffalo, reject. Notre Dame. In fact, a lot. Wayne State, reject. Pittsburgh, reject. UPenn, reject. Indiana, reject. Emory, reject. It's a lot, right? So rejections are part of the game. Just know if you want to be in graduate school, you will fail. In fact, you'll be rejected, but you don't have to give up. That's the most important thing. So I was rejected, and then finally I got admissions from Augusta and the University of Kansas. And so I also had the opportunity to reject somebody. So I also said to Augusta, no, I'm also rejecting you. I'm not coming to you. And so lastly, I ended up at the University of Kansas Medical Center. So that's how tough the journey can be. It's not as smooth as we see it outside. Usually we post our successes out there. You don't see the failures, but I want you to appreciate that rejections are part and you are likely to fail, but don't give up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alfred, for this eye-opening session. You've really given us a beautiful masterclass on how to advance our education. I think some of us were just thinking we would apply once and get it, but it seems that's not so. We need adequate preparation and psych ourselves and develop ourselves and be financially ready if you want to study beyond the borders of our country. Okay, so we'd have our last speaker, my co-host would introduce him. Um, please, Mr. Awa, please, are you online? Yes. Okay, seems he's having network issues. So I'll introduce the last person. So last but not least, we have Mr. Ebenezer Senu, MLS. Mr. Ebenezer Senu is a research and data scientist. He was also president of MELSA, KUST 2019-2020. He's the founder of the Elite Research and Data Science Institute. He's also currently a PhD student at the University of Texas at Dallas, USA. He'd also polish up from Mr. Alfred on pursuing further studies, both local and abroad, and sharing practical guidance on how to select our programs, scholarships, and how to balance work and studies. Please let's welcome Mr. Ebenezer Senu.
Yes, thank you very much, host and Alfred for the foundation. So I knew Alfred was going to do a good job. So today I'm not going to do any presentation than to give open talks and also take some questions, things that could better from there. So I'm more going to talk more about research and data science and ask Alfred just ended. Imagine uh, getting school like Cambridge and decided to reject Cambridge. So at the end, you have to also reject someone. So my dad, before I come to the US, have to make the bold steps to also reject Cambridge before I said, no, let me just come to the US. And all those doesn't come with ease. It's about consistency. That's why we all got into those schools. I interviewed with Oxford some a lot, but it didn't just get there. It's just the success. But how do you build yourself out today? Let me first ask first, are you interested in generating 100,000 Ghana cedis per year while meeting top professionals, professors, or researchers across the country? Who is willing to do that? Are you interested to earn up to 100,000 Ghana cedis per year whilst also building yourself? People will be calling you, help me do this. Yes, that's the only way. That's the goal. And the goal is the research and data science. That will also take you to a lot of places. And it will also land you in the land or the country of your dreams. It's research and data science. So we too, as soon as we graduated, we saw the light. We saw that the research and data science is where our goal is. So we have to move towards that field. So since then, when we graduated, we kind of equip ourselves with research and data science. So that is why if you go to my institute page, let me quickly share that, where so this is the area research and data science, where we currently train a lot of incoming and young professionals on research and data science. So we are currently doing a lot of stuff in this journey. We organize webinars. Previously, we used to collaborate with Ghana RSS, and we still do. So most often we have open webinars, and the rest you can always join them. So the key thing is one of the necessary skills you need right after your undergrad is you need research and data science to proceed with your next profession. That is a must. Before, as soon as you come to either master's or PhD, it's all about research. It's all about research. So you need to make sure you are well prepared in this field. That's why we are there for you. And I always say that succeeding in class does not mean that you succeed in research and data science. Someone also said that succeeding in class doesn't mean that you succeed in business or entrepreneurship that you've talked about. It takes a lot of resilience to be here. Are you ready to learn the skills? or what are you ready to do? Are you ready to volunteer yourself to develop your skills, to learn the R language we are teaching you, to learn SPSS, to learn GraphPad, to learn the Python we are going to teach you, or to develop the skills of effective research and data science? That will make you more than 100,000 Ghana cedis per year living in Ghana. When I graduated, people were asking me, come, they were begging you to come and work in their lab. You see a lot of professors there. They were asking me, Ben, how much do you want? I told them within a week, if we want to work within a week, I can earn more than 5,000 Ghana cedis per week. So do you want to employ me a month and give me like 2,000 Ghana cedis? So that I told a few of the professors the amount I earn per week or per month as a data scientist, and they know that they cannot even employ you. So these are the needed skills for you to proceed. There's no way you complete university, you said that you don't have work or you can't get money to do anything. I always tell people the best thing your parents can do for you is the university education. As soon as you graduate from the university, you should be able to do everything for yourselves, sustain yourself. Because coming from a university like K University and also MedLab, you've learned a lot. When I was there, I was teaching biostats. By the time you finish, you've learned a lot where you'll be able to build up your skills to the next level. But the quality will differentiate you. So most of the time, we try to organize trainings on effective research and data science. We encourage people to join because the problem is there's a lot of things out there that are wrong. That gives upper hand. You see a lot of people, for example, are taking people's money to do their data analysis, to do this. But as I'm here, last week I have to have series of course back in Ghana, guide a lot of professors, their students. Some of them are defending their PhD, some of them are defending their masters. It's because of the quality. So if you come through the system and those that are willing or have the interest to learn the quality, they survive and they move easily through the channel. But mostly those that come do this, they don't do like this. Those people really struggle, and it's very difficult for those people to kind of move ahead with research and data science. That has been our challenge. So today, the point is that with research and data science, you'll be able to do a lot of things. One, you are meeting top professionals. Professors will be calling you, Eben, come and do this. Come and check this data for me. Hey, come and do this. Within, mostly I do publication over 20, more than 10, on average 15 publication per year. How do we do that? It's because now you are the data scientist, you are the one writing the manuscript, the one doing the data analysis, you are the consultant. They'll be calling you, hey, come and check this, whether what this that has done, is it right? That is the research and data science. Two, is going to give you the money. If you do quality, the money will come automatically. You don't need to stand up and go and work 6 to 6. No, I call that a waste of time. That's what I always tell Alfred. It is a waste of time. You don't need to wake up and go before you start earning money. You can sleep, wake up, and work and earn money. That is research and data science for you. That is the skills we hope to impart to the incoming generations, because most of us has passed through the system. I've passed through the system. Alfred, if I have just talked about the experience has passed through the system. That is the skills we are giving you. So with my side and my institute, we are interested in giving you the skills that is going to make you competitive. The truth is, when I got here, day in, day out, I go to different labs. They call me. So most of the lab are rotated. I have to write R codes for them to do the analysis. As soon as I got to the lab, I realized that what the kind of software they are using to do the analysis, it's all was. I write R scripts for them to do the analysis. Day in, day out, some of the labs, if you call me, Ben, come and check this data. Hey Ben, how do you wrote this script to do this? I have to go. That makes you competitive. We don't want you to get to the US and you are struggling. Do you want to be competitive to your next steps in your next generation? That is my interest. That is what Elliott Research and Data Science Institute we are achieving. Next year, we are going to train a lot of professionals across Africa, and it will be very competitive. We have funders that are coming to fund us. It is because we are solving problems from somewhere, and they talk about solving problem. What problem are you solving? There's a lot of problem in Ghana they can solve. From the business side, if we come to the research and data side, we have a lot of problem, and that's what we are also solving. We are solving that at the same time enhancing our skills because you'll be learning a lot of softwares. Now AI is coming, you have to have those skills to be competitive. That's the problem we are trying to solve. There's a lot of problems. We need people like you to help us solve. You'll be moving forward in your professional life with the help of research and data science. All of us that are straight into PhD program here in the US is because of research and data science. If you have some of these schools, the schools will be begging you to come. All the schools that like you, they'll be begging. The interview will tell you. Some of my interview will tell you, hey Ben, no, if you come, you can come and do this. You have skills in this. Oh, you can even come and do computational, but you can come and do this. They'll be begging you to come. But Charlie, if you don't have some of these things, as soon as they see your application, you are not part. These are high demanding skills that we will make you success. And today's webinar is just to expose you on how the research and data science to takes you to the next level. If you wanted to use it as a business, that is the next level. If you wanted to advance your professional life or your academia, it's research and data science because your master's is research and data science. Your PhD is pure research and data science because at the end you are going to generate data. And one software here they use in America is GraphPad. But GraphPad, do you know how to use GraphPad properly? And the kind of scientific question you are answering. So one thing we also got to notice is that people out there that are analyzing data, they are not analyzing it in scientific way. Does the analysis you produce, is it scientifically sound? That is what make our strengths than every other. So you can give data to any other person there, and you bring data to me or Alfred, you see the kind of scientific question we are trying to solve. That makes us competitive to out there. And today, we are just saying is that research and data science is the pathway to your bigger picture of life. Thank you. So if you have any question or anything I didn't touch, then I'll answer them.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Ebenezer. We thank you. Please, to the audience, if you have any questions, kindly put them in the chat and I'll read them out. Thank you. Thank you to all our speakers. Everyone delivered a masterclass in his own field. But before I take questions, if there are any from the chat, I'd like to ask a few of my own. The first one is to all our speakers, what was your biggest challenge after graduation? What was your biggest challenge after graduation?
Okay.
Mr.
Yes. Biggest challenge after graduation is I think most people think, how do you sustain yourself in the next 1 week or 1 month? How do you sustain yourselves? And some of us, I would say we didn't have any challenge because one, someone has talked about surrounding yourself with the right people. As soon as you graduate, I have a mentor, Stephen Opoku, who is currently a PhD student in University of Alabama, Birmingham. He will tell you, "Eben, this is the pathway." So we will tell people this is the pathway follow. It's simple as that. Why do you want to go and follow another pathway that you don't know? The roadmap is there, okay? But you don't want that roadmap. We've told you, Kofi, do this. This is the key to success. Now you say you don't want. So some of us saw the roadmap, so it limits kind of our challenges. So few time, you're able to start even getting a lot of things for yourself. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Um, so for me, I always want to speak for people who want to be independent. Okay. So let's say after school, you don't want to be in your father's house because you've graduated. And I didn't also want the pressure of go and look for job, go and look for job. You see that thing. So when I met Eben and then Steven, I made it to myself. I said to myself, I want to learn this data analysis thing so that I can analyze data, I'll get money. So money wasn't an issue. The only challenge I would say I faced was that in 2023, I tried with the application. And like you saw, it didn't go well. I did 16 schools, none of them gave me an offer. I had one offer from Australia, University of Melbourne, and they were like, I should look for a supervisor before I will get the actual admission. So I had an admission, but I needed a supervisor to confirm. You understand? And I didn't get anyone. I was sending emails, over 50 emails. None of them even responded. Only few, and the few that responded, oh, I'm not taking student at this moment. You see, so the challenges, I mean, with application, they were a lot. But then the why was bigger than the reason for me to give up. So I think that was the only challenge. And if you want to further, like come outside, I mean, come to the US, UK. In fact, you will see these rejections, but you don't have to give up. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Dr. Mawunyo, Dr. Samuel, please. Can we have
Yeah.
the biggest
Okay.
challenge of graduation?
Yeah. So for me, mine was immediately I was done. I had a very good job offer in Accra, so I had no plan to move to Accra, but it's like I had to move, and the first 2 months were really difficult. Was like really crazy because I didn't really have anybody here. I had to contact a friend and find a way to like try and get my own place within like a very short possible time. So that has been the challenge for me. And as far as business is concerned, um, starting what I'm doing now, trying to raise funds, trying to get people to buy into your idea was like very difficult. So my realization was that now for somebody to like invest or push funds into whatever you are doing, you have to like do something yourself first. They have to see that you're putting in some effort, right? Yeah. So to me, basically after school, that's what I would say my biggest challenge was. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Starting something. Starting something seems to be the biggest challenge after school. Dr. Samuel. Dr. Samuel, please, can
Yeah,
we have
hello,
your...
can you please hear me?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
All right, sure. So my challenge, so it started when I went to fifth year city because pharmacy is extremely stressful. Like it was fifth year in city that we started our lab clinicals. That the stress was so much. So I mostly stopped the business. That was when my business I had the biggest losses. I stopped. I had people. I laid them all off. Like everything was just blank. And that time to say theater, I really had to learn to pass. There's this GPPQE exams that we write. I really had to learn to pass the all that. So after passing, I was like the whole momentum was down. Now I had to bring back and like start bring like make sure like I'm around because for about 1 year or two people thought I was out of business and or some way. So but because of what I did, I was able to get a job as like a procurement officer because of my logistics and all that at a certain pharmacy at Akosombo. But then starting when I was also trying to build a momentum for my side projects on the side. So when it picked up, I quit the job. So now for like a long time I've been working on my own now. So yes, so the biggest challenge was like killing the momentum and coming back up again. Yes, so that can be a challenge if you start a business. Yes.
Wow, wow. Bouncing back, bouncing back. Okay, okay. Thank you very much. It seems there are a few questions in the chat. Okay, we have 3 questions here. I think two are directed to Mr. Ebenezer, so I'll just combine them. Mr. Hein Freeman said, please, do we have to pay before we join the training? If so, how much? And Richmond also said, how do I join your data analysis foundation? I really want to go into research. Mr. Ebenezer, please, can
Yes.
you answer this
Great,
question
great,
for us?
great. So we are always happy to see people joining our training, and it's very competitive one. Previously, we've been doing it at affordable price. Mostly, the course costs more than $1,000, but we just do it around 350 Ghana cedis. But the good news is that hopefully next year a good organization from the US is funding us. So it's likely next year we are going to do extensive training for free, and it's going to be very competitive to get enrolled because it's going to cost across Africa. But as I said, we always give priority. For example, someone that have joined some of our open webinars, most of it we give free webinars on selected topic and the rest. So as soon as we see people that you have that record of joining some of those open webinars, because you have the baseline knowledge. Because you don't have any knowledge at all, you come and join the training, it's been more stressful for you. So we give priorities to such people that are always pushing forward to join any webinars. And hopefully next year we are going to open that freely for people. And one thing is that what I will say is that you can go and study, do any online course, do any training courses. If you've not done a training from us, you are still lacking. That's the must. If you've never, so sometimes it's very difficult for us to employ. Currently, we are trying to employ people to work on our foundation, and all the people we access, you see that they still lack all the basic requirements. Because regardless of wherever you pass, there's a lot of things that are lacking. So we always recommend people to pass through our training before they join our foundation. That's what we are pushing forward to. And also, we roll out fellowship. So this year, we pick fellowship across Ghana, Africa, people from Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Uganda, and they are finishing those first cohort fellowship this month, where people are even taking their data. So at the end of this section, I've asked Eben Matthias to share some questionnaires. Those are some of the questionnaires from our fellowship this year. So we are rolling up different packages to help serve everyone across board. Okay, so just follow us on our social media pages and you get the information that you need. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ebenezer, for answering the question. Um, okay, so someone also asked about networking. I think Dr. Mawunyo spoke about networking, Dr. Sammy. Everyone seems to be talking about networking, being around the right people. So Mr. Solomon is asking that sometimes, he said, I've heard a lot of questions about networking. Sometimes, to be honest, it feels sketchy or a bit awkward to talk to our lecturer because it feels like you want to benefit from them. Question is how to approach these people higher than you and how can you sustain it? Because I tried with a lecturer, but it didn't really work out. This is from Mr. Solomon Justice, asking how to approach these people to enlarge our networks.
I think I can tap into that question too. So, as I said, the first thing is it means you don't have anything unique they need. That is the truth. If you go, for example, when we started research and data science, for example, no lecturer will know that this student know how to analyze data competitively to be published in high impact journal like Nature and those things. And they'll tell you, you like, don't come closer. They'll be begging you to come. They'll be cool. So this one is about value. You need to value yourself. Okay. You cannot just go. The lecturer is very busy, has over 1,000. So even you at this stage, you are saying you are busy. Imagine a professor teaching to over 1,000 students, being HOD, being this. Do you know the family way? Do you know that kind of workload? So it's not the responsibility to come and teach you ABCD, the foundation of data science. You need to be valued before you approach such people. And they will just help you to continue your journey. But you don't go there without knowing anything at all. And that will make your approach also, they know that yes, you're also bringing something on board, and they are also willing to what? It's mutual benefit in this life. There are people's message us like they always asking something from you, but for example, they've never even shared information from our institute across their social media pages before. But they'll always want to benefit free thing from us, which is very, very in quote. It means that you there, you want only benefit. What are you also giving out? So we have to value ourselves. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, last thing. So when I was a TA at the department, molecular medicine, I was working under Prof. Sechi. And so papers were coming, I did the analysis, we published and all those things. And molecular medicine, you always hear Prof. Sechi, Prof. Linda, Prof. Grace. Of course, others are there, but they work together. Okay, they usually work together. So Prof. Linda got to know that, oh, I was the one publishing the paper. Oh, okay, I have a data from a master's student. Alfred, can you help me? So she came to me. Do you see? Because she saw something. That professor was there. Oh, Charlie, I have some students at Confanoche School of Anesthesia. Can you assist them? And I started doing, Eben was the one doing that work. And then when Eben left, Prof. Chris saw that I can also do it. So why not come to me? You see the issue. So when you build yourself, sometimes your credentials do the talking. You don't have to even go to them because they need people. The fact that so it becomes awkward when they don't see anything, any output from you. Sometimes too, it could be that you're doing the right thing, but they are not seeing you. Then you go to them. Oh, Prof, I can do A, B, C, D. They will give you something to try. When they give it reach the deadline, you can even do it before the set deadline so that they will know that you are someone who is serious. And from that, I mean, they will start giving you work here and there. And that is how it's done. So you can't go to them with nothing, like zero. You don't know anything. You are coming to me. What do you want from me? Should I teach you data analysis? They don't have time. You understand? So build yourself first. Then
Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Mawunyo and Dr. Sammy, can you please give us a guide on how to approach higher individuals to enlarge our network?
Okay, sure. So for what I want to see, I think most of it has been said, but the little I want to add is that sometimes you need to do your research. Okay, so most of these big people, high individuals, and I'll talk for myself. Okay, you don't mostly meet them on the day to day, like you just don't meet them. So most often than not, is this conferences and webinars and things like this that you meet them, right? So what I do to meet them, first of all, with my photography or with my camera, I back then I was using my camera to meet so many, right? And also with my business and all that, I was meeting so many. But times where I'm not with my camera or I don't go with the business route, I try and look at all the speakers that are going to come or all the possible people that will come for the event. And I do my research. Okay, the research, I study their company, their history, any current rumor about them, even to sometimes their family. Okay, and when I meet them, I try and do something like not elevator pitch, but like within the first two minutes, I try and establish a rapport, something that they know, like that. If you don't follow them, you don't know. So like you impress them by how much you follow them or how much of their things that you know, and you kind of suggest or give a possible remark. It's not always that you may have a solution to their $1 million approach, but sometimes something little, something funny about what they are going through or happening when you raise up, they will laugh, they will like you. When they like you, then it starts from then. Also, to such programs, please go with a business card. Okay, um now it's like it's a cake going and tapping and dialing numbers. So just get a business card, what you do, what you're in for. Me, like this, I'm an I'm many things, but like I like to portray or go out there in in those events as like an AI consultant or a business intelligence analyst, right? So I have my card and CEO of some sort of group. Okay, when I give it, they give me their card and we exchange. So mostly it's LinkedIn that I do my networking. Okay, in case where I'm not in any committee with them, it's not my business, or it's not through photography that I meet them. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Samuel. Dr. Mawunyo, please, you have something for us on how to
Yeah,
network?
sure. So to add up to the highly insightful statements made by the other speakers, just to add on, for me, the whole truth is that, let's say you go for, just like what someone mentioned, most of these people, you tend to either meet them at, let's say, events, right, or maybe on social media spaces. So for events, right, when you're going for an event, this is what I do that has worked for me. So let me just highlight that too. I always target a particular speaker that I want to connect with. I am not going there to connect with everybody, just that one person, right? And definitely, when you go for such events, everybody will want to talk to the person. Everybody will want to like engage the person and take the person's contact. So the question is, what is going to make you different? What stands out for me is that when they are talking, you listen very clearly and like really engage when it comes to like the Q&A. Like you really ask questions, right? Like they really remember the kind of questions you ask, how you engage, and they really feel like, yeah, this guy really knows what they are talking about. And after that event, I connect with them clearly from my questions. That will tell you, okay, this is what I'm doing, this is what I am interested in. I have this sort of shared interest. So this is something I'm hoping we could work on, right? For me, I don't really care how big or huge you are. I don't approach any person based on fan, like I am your fan and you're like a celebrity kind of thing. No, I approach peer to peer, value for value. Even if I think you are way high, you've done so much, I still appear peer to peer to you. All right. So that's one thing I want to add on. Like really, really try and provide some sort of value first. Show some sort of expertise, right? Really show that you really know your stuff, because most of these big people don't really have time. They don't really have the luxury to be engaging somebody who is just going to be a nuisance or just coming to ask or beg, right? It's all about knowing your stuff. Like you really have to put in the works. Like you really have to like put in the preps, right? Like that's something you really have to do. You really have to like also make yourself very valuable, right? We recently connected with one investor guy at some particular event recently, right? And it all happened because of our years of entrepreneurship in school, like all the hard workers. Their project was a pharmacy thing, right? But what made us different was that, okay, these are just this a pharmacist who is also into business, right? So they already sense value. So it was very easy to like engage them, to offer my expertise to whatever they want to work on. So like you really, really have to work on yourself. Like that's the truth. Like if you really want to match up value, you really need to show an equivalence level of value, right? So yeah, that's what I can add to that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It seems all our speakers are all centering on one thing. You have to have value. You have to have value to be able to approach these people. Have value. Have value. Okay. It seems you have a couple of questions. Okay. I think Mr. Samuel Bedi was asking, could you organize an online session for us where you guide us to learn the data analysis? Or how do we get to learn them? I think
Yes.
this question is referred to Mr. Ben.
Yes, exactly. So currently, most of our trainings are online, especially because where I am, there's no way we do in-person section. So mostly we're trying to roll out couple of trainings. And this year we are done with all trainings. So just watch out for 2026, the series of trainings that we are going to organize with uh, most people that you see. You just watch out or follow our social media pages and you see our trainings for next year will be rolled out. Any information will always be posted on our social media pages.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, I think this is a submission from Mr. Frederick Otse. He said, Yes, data science is really useful. He made his first 1,000 cities in 2 weeks using R programming, and he
That's great.
has put that amount into some courses to sharpen himself. Eben and Alfred were my inspiration. Thank you very much.
Yes, in fact, you can even get 1,000 cities within a day or in an hour. Yes,
Okay.
Eh, I've charged someone 12,000 Ghana cedis for just data analysis before. So you can imagine, and that I won't take a month to do said data analysis. Yes.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Um,
Mm.
Mrs. Adongo was asking, how do we get access to join your webinars? And do you recruit ladies? Do you recruit ladies?
Yes. Oh, webinars is open to both genders. We don't exclude anyone. Yes. So far as you see the webinars, just join. For example, this is one of the insightful webinar that you've organized, but you see, most people are not here. Sometimes the word is about information, okay? But if you have the right information within your circle, you always succeed. So it's always open. Mm.
Okay, thank you very much. And I think regarding grad school, someone DM'd me privately to ask about what if you want to go to grad school in the Asian countries like China, Japan? Do you still have to go through the normal routes? Is it the same thing or is it different from the US and the UK?
I
I
don't
think
know.
this can be.
Alfred will answer that, or I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope you can hear me.
Mm.
I just stepped out of my room. I had to meet some people. Yeah, it's the same thing. You need your SOP, your CV, letter of recommendations. These are key things that you can do away with. And it also has to be done online. You apply online, and then you would have to secure scholarship. I don't know much about the Chinese countries, but what I know is that usually some also don't offer scholarship. So you get the admission, and it's up to you to look for scholarship opportunities like the UK. So you get masters, and it's not funded. You would have to go looking for scholarship opportunities. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I'll take our last question.
Okay.
Someone said from my inquiries, being I think the person is doing the internship currently at KCCR.
Yes.
He said being in the lab is rather essential for the licensure exams than
Yeah.
being in
Mm.
research. Meanwhile, she is interested in research and molecular medicine. Please, what's your take? What's your take on that?
You know, I'm laughing. That's the biggest lie or naive thinking I've always heard from LMS. Let me tell you a story. When we wrote licensure exams, our time, okay? Most of our mates that were in the lab end up failing. We have to. I finished that paper within 30 minutes and I was laughing. Most of the things that came were still things that you have to know from the book. In fact, it doesn't mean that you are not in the lab, so you don't have to notice. Ask. So we were doing three things. I was going to Tech Hospital, being research and data science in molecular medicine. I was still teaching biostats. I was doing three things. Alfred was doing the same thing. And the interesting thing is that as soon as we are in the hospital, if I go to Tech Hospital right now, they know Eben is coming to do work. We are coming to work. You know your staffs. Okay. So be in the lab doesn't mean that it's essential for licensure exams. Licensure exams, you can still be a research scientist and rotate to a hospital. That was what we were doing. I did some Alfred came to do. And now they only have to even sign your logbook. That was for everyone. So we've created that opportunities there in molecular medicine that if any student that you come, we will let you, for example, maybe Fridays you go to Tech Hospital, then you come back. Because they only need to sign your logbook. The rest, the exams is based on when we went, there was some autoimmune question, right? People were struggling. That thing with learning immunology, like I'm not quite busy now, I'm refi. I was laughing. Yes,
Yeah,
and some of the
it's
things
still
that came in the exams were the things I was teaching with. uh, the next thing, midwifery, the pre-med, biochemistry class, some of the thing I was teaching. So I tell you, that's the naive things people will ever tell you. So it's not inquiry or it's not essential thing. If you have to make sure, it's the same thing. People will come, we advise them. If you're interested in research, this is the route. Establish your route. Go for it. You need to build that skills to sustain your future. But if you think your lab is in your route, fine, you just go for your labs and you're good to go. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you to all our speakers. But before all of them go, Mr. Alfred and Mr. Ebenezer were former MLS. Would like them to, if there was one piece of advice they could give to us, the younger generation. Right now, we are most of us are about entering final year. Some are about entering second year. Some just started first year. If there was a piece of advice you could give to yourself when you were in school before finishing, I mean, some of you finished and you are still joining us. What advice would that be? Please, could we get a piece of
Yeah,
advice to the
don't
younger side?
always be like middle life is hard, and so you won't get time to do other things. I had a colleague in my class. Whilst we were doing middle lab, we were all struggling, going to Companoche, closing around 7 p.m. Not knowing this guy was also doing accounting at this school, Kumasi Technical University. So when we graduated, we also graduated from K University as medical laboratory scientist, and also had a degree in accounting. At the same time, I was like, wow, then we were joking. And this guy, I don't know if you know him, he's called Solicitors. He was preaching every day. At night, we go and preach, not knowing he was taking weekend classes as well. So don't say medlab is too much and you can't do any other thing. Take the opportunities when leadership opportunities come, apply for them. If you want to be the president, go for it. If you want to be financial secretary, ESA, all those things, go for them. I remember one of my recommenders, Prof. Linda, at that time, we had no publications together. So I told her to write about my leadership skills. So if I should show you me, I should show you my recommendations from there right now. She spoke about me being the vice president, me being financial secretary for Faculty of Allied Health, like all my achievements as a leader, not academics, you see. And then from Seti and from place we're talking about my research experiences. So build yourself, like any opportunity that you find. Don't let anyone intimidate you. You so pass, you pass. Yeah, just manage your time well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alfred. Mr. Eben.
Okay, so to me, I would say that MedLab is the best program you can ever do. So if you were trying to go to medical school, then forget. MedLab is the best program. It's very stressful and you are learning a lot of things. That is building a lot of, because at the end of MedLab, you can go to the hospital, you can come to research, you can come to data science, you can move to every angle that you want. Public health, you are there. That is the help of MedLab. Because if you come to PhD program, the lab already, you'll be using some of the lab stuff. So it makes very easy transmission. That is the best program you can get. So as you are in, make sure you make the grades. For example, if you want to apply to school here, your first class also counts. Because first, for you to get here, you need the grades. So you need to graduate with 3.5 and above. All of us did. Alfred graduate more than that. All of us, we are within 3.7, 3.8, 3.9. That is the first crew. Then, as soon as you get the grade, you have to make sure you build your professional life. I was the president, I was doing everything. All NASA, you go to NASA, I was the Asante regional president. We were everywhere. You need to build. Like, you need to be aggressive to succeed. You need to be like you've come from afar. Some of us come from afar. There's no one that is going to save you after life unless you're a billionaire. You need to be aggressive to succeed in this life. If not, Charlie, you go back and you go and be or also our universities when you never let that story be part of your life. That is why we want you to learn all the skills. So as soon as you are done from level 100 to 300, you've learned everything to acquire the knowledge, you have this certificate, then you start building yourself also externally. But that's why you shift to now you're in the final year. The only thing left is to finish your project. CWA, baby, I do not want to do Charlie, forget it. Oh, that first class, with the baby, there's no way you are dropping. So now you need to now learn research by using your project as the first hand. Then after that, you now learn the biostatistics skills. Then in quote, those things will get you. But when you complete school, that's why you're going to learn things to sustain life. Whatever you are learning in class, for degree, we will school, when you your certificate and you forget it. Whatever you are coming to survive in life is after school. Most of the things we teach, we do, we learn them very, very comprehensively after school. Whatever you are doing in class is incredible. I always tell people. Sometimes you regret that. Why did I even take this class? I always pray that most of you should get opportunity and come to school in the US. And the one said, no, Charlie, a business slide or a static slide, they 90 something. Oh, but those things I won't take. What the class of one said, no, now who you school? What's the who you school? No, you feel like, well, one go school, one comedy lab. So you need to be very, very open-minded. Always be willing to learn. Even if you know that thing, there's webinar, join. That is what will keep you moving forward in life. There's no other key in life but to be self-consistent. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Dr. Mawunyo, Dr. Sammy, please, a message to your younger self. If you were still in school, what will you tell yourself?
Yeah, help. Can you hear me?
Yeah, please, we can hear you.
All right, sure. So if I was still in school, well, I don't regret all what I did, but I'll still say I would have embraced digital skills like more and more. Right now I'm so much deep into AI. I mean, I'm learning like data analytics. You understand? Data analytics, data science, building pipelines, and let's say when you go to an organization or a pharmacy, like how to convey their data into LLM ready such that like you can extract insights from it through like the pipelines that run on its own. If I was back in school, I would have done that way earlier, but right now it's like I now have to. I started a long time ago, but right now I wish I had started. I would have been making so much more money and got so much more clients than I'm getting right now. So I would advise that whatever you do, whether mid lab or whatever course, I mean, look beyond it. And I always say that most of the money comes from like the side gig. For example, like we have doctors, we have pharmacists and all that. I've personally where I sit, most of the money comes when like you do your side part. For example, if you do med lab, like how the other speakers have their institutes and all that, most of the money comes if you have we pharmacists like this, most of the money comes when we have a pharmacy or when you have a side thing. So aside from med lab or wherever you be employed, like try to look for something hand for some skill that you could earn from, right? Because it's really what will differentiate you from your peers.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It seems Mr. Alfred would be taking leave of us. Thank you. Thank you very much for the presentation. And finally, from Dr. Mawunyo, please, a piece of advice to your younger self if you were still in school.
Yes. So if I was still in school, what I would say is that, I mean, it was something I realized later. I mean, which was, I mean, I still did it, but I wish I could have still have done more. Which is still like add a lot of more value and skill to myself as far as the technical side is concerned. All right, I share in what someone also said, right? Because now it's like if you're trying to build your own stuff, you're trying to build your own things. You have the vision, but yes, you are always in a position where you'd have to recruit somebody else to actually get a thing done for you, right? So, what I'll say is that like really, really add so much value to yourself. You are in a position where you are still in school. You are in an environment that's the place to like really make sure that you are coming out of the university with like a lot of skills, a lot of skill sets where you've actually used them to like do stuff. You've built stuff. You have like portfolios. All right. Yeah, I've built portfolios in other areas as far as entrepreneurship is concerned. That's what like I really honed my skill in. But if there's something else I would have added, I wish I would have spent time learning a lot of tech skills myself. So for those of you here, I'm like, I think tech is like the new literacy, right? At least you'd have to have some information now that there's like a lot of info on like AI and all that. Like really, really stay abreast with current information and what is happening like in the tech space. Try and know something about it because it's already happening, right? Now employers are always in for if you have any sort of technical skill in what you're doing. Everybody's looking for some kind of technical skill. So that's what I would have. That's what I would tell my younger self. That's what I would have said to myself if I am still in school, right? Like spend some time really honing yourself as far as the digital space is concerned. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I want to say a very, very big thank you to all our speakers. God bless you all. So as we wrap up, I want to say a huge thank you all our speakers, Dr. Mawunyo, Dr. Samuel, Mr. Alfred, Mr. Ebenezer. Thank you very much for pouring so much wisdom on today's session. All our participants, thank you for joining, staying with us to the end. And I really hope everyone is leaving here with the clarity and motivation for your next step to know what to do, whether I would like to take the business route, the career route, further studies. I think before the beginning of the class, Mr. Ebenezer told me that if we are willing, they could actually set up a whole masterclass. I think I'll speak to the current president's administration. We could do something like that. They could actually set up and teach us how to apply for graduate school, like a whole class. I think this one they were just brushing through, but you could actually take their time and do it well. Thank you very much to everyone, and have a wonderful day. And let's keep on taking bold steps towards our futures. We began with prayer, so let's end with it. Father Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the lives of all our speakers. Thank you for letting them impact everyone today, teaching us the way, teaching us what to do, as we are still in school, teaching us the right steps to take, teaching us to add values to ourselves. We pray that you give us better avenues, you give our speakers better opportunities. As they have taken times out of their busy schedules to impart knowledge, we ask that you impact them in the same way. We pray for grace on everyone. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you all and have a wonderful day. Keep on taking bold steps towards your futures. Bye-bye.